guys, Justin Picker back with you for another video. This one is a bit of a common one that's popping up a little bit. I just had a video recently go up about securing my 9th investment property, and I'm just getting a little bit more of a insight on how I'm been able to kind of get my portfolio going, and obviously continually grow and leverage from there. So essentially, in a nutshell, look, I started purchasing my first property in 2015. Eddie Deline, buyer's agent and business partner, who you might have seen in the other videos and those type of things, has really given me a lot of guidance and helping grow my portfolio. So essentially for me, I started small. Before I was a broker and doing all this type of stuff, I was just kind of doing sales roles and things like that, not on a huge income. Living at home rent free, keep my expenses low, and pretty much put most of my capital initially in properties to get started. So purchased my first property back in 2015. That was for 180,000, just like a 3-bedroom villa in Queensland. And then it wasn't too long after that, in about 2016, it was about March 2016, I purchased a 2-bedroom unit, also in southeast Queensland as well, and that was for about $155,000. So I had those properties there for a while. They just kind of sat there doing their thing. And then for my third property, I then went into South Australia, purchased a 2-bedroom, like semi-detached house for about 125K, which you might have seen a video on, the one that got absolutely trashed, but is now repaired, thank God. So yeah, I kind of had those 3 properties there and sat on those for a little while. And then I waited till I had some equity in those ones there. So my first one probably didn't do as well as what I liked. That was one that I kind of purchased on my own accord. But the second one that I had to help through Eddie, that one had actually gone up to about 220,000 from when I bought it at 155. So I was able to pull the equity out of that and then move forward and go to the next one and purchase property number 4, which was really handy. I purchased the 4th property. I think that one was another one in southeast Queensland. Yes, it was a 2-bedroom townhouse down there. So that was another one that I purchased, and that one's been going quite well too. Again, these properties aren't flash. I think it was like 195,000 I think I paid for this one, so nothing super flash. And again, I've just started small on these properties that are like, below 200K, rental yields are good. They're in areas that I might not personally want to live in, but the numbers stack up very well, and on a percentage basis have been returning, the equity, which I've then been able to pull out and go for obviously moving forward from there. So when we went to property number 5, that was actually a property for me to live in. So we purchased a property to live in New South Wales. So of course got a roof over my head, which is great. And that has also increased in equity as well, which we've then been able to use. And obviously as I've been doing mortgage broking, I've been able to save a bit more as well. So I've been able to purchase property number 6, 7, 8, 9, all within the last 12 months. I suppose while money was cheap, assessment rates were down. And really I did use some of those 2nd and 3rd tier lenders as well to really kind of stretch my borrowing capacity in order to get there. So on that side of things, there's definitely room to move, which is great. So yeah, overall, I'm looking at now setting up my self-managed super fund to get property number 10 and look to go into that space as well. So key fundamentals is, obviously save for many deposits as you can initially when getting started, because I know it can sometimes take a little while for equity to come out. I did pay lender's mortgage insurance on pretty much all of these so I could secure the assets and have some capital left over to get into the next properties. Really in terms of my incomes, I kept, I didn't really have credit cards, all those type of things. I paid those off, really tried to maximize my serviceability as much as I could. And then did also utilize 2nd and 3rd tier lenders when that serviceability got tight as well. So really looking at those things are going to be key as you grow your portfolio. And yeah, now I suppose most of mine is, we've got a couple of houses in there. Again, they're all small, there's nothing huge, no like $1 million houses or anything like that. But they're all kind of around that kind of $200,000 to $300,000. There's about 5 townhouses in there, and I think about 2 kind of units as well. So it is a combination. It's all kind of bread and butter existing stuff. But what I'm obviously looking to do is hold these properties for as long as I can. Hopefully when the Olympic Games rolls around in 2032, we've seen a bit more growth, and these areas gentrifying as well, and some of them that I've seen. So really just trying to hold these properties as long as I can. Tenants are in there kind of paying the rent, holding the fort down, and as I kind of get those equity gains, I'll look to kind of pull that out and reinvest into the portfolio, as well as kind of saving cash deposits. So for me, I'm kind of going all in on property, obviously using my super as well, so it's generally a pretty big indicator that you're going all in on property. But my scenario and goals and time frames and everything like that might be different to yours, and our financial scenarios are going to be different as well. So if it's yourself, if it's your wife, partner, whoever it might be, husband, obviously have a chat about what your long-term visions are and see what you want to do. And really have a chat about which way you want to go, but there's options out there. And we've really got to kind of navigate the lenders, make sure you've got the right team around you. So, your accountants, solicitors, financial advisors, mortgage brokers like ourselves, for getting the finance and all those type of things are really going to be crucial to your journey. And I definitely believe in synergy and leverage as well. So synergy, we can't do it all on our own. Why can't I just find my own properties? I'd rather use Eddie, who's someone who knows exactly what's going on there and knows the markets in these areas, and I'll certainly take his word for it. Same with finance. Again, we can look after the finance, that's cool, but I'm not an accountant, I'm not a conveyancer, I'm not a solicitor, none of those type of things, so I'll just focus obviously on what I control. So synergy is very important, and also leverage as well. I definitely don't know everything, so I need to make sure that I've got the right team around me that can give me that guidance when we get in these points as well. So common questions that come, and they say, look, I've got 2 properties, how am I tapping out when I've got good serviceability? What I would say to that is that I really started small with properties that had 7, 8, 9% rental yields that were like 150, 200,000. They might have 2 properties worth 900,000 in the Sydney market. Their DTIs are high. They've got 1.8 million worth of debt, but I might have 1.8 million worth of debt across 8, 9 properties rather than having it across 2. So that's one thing there. Obviously, not having kids, having lower expenses, not having a big principal place of residence, all those type of things are ones that will really kind of keep you going on the investment side as well. So obviously more than happy to chat about this in more details. I suppose I just wanted to outline that I'm an investor and I'm very active in the market for helping people get into their own homes and build their portfolios, as I've gone through it personally myself. If you have any more questions on that, certainly feel free to reach out. Hopefully I can keep investing and keep growing my portfolio. And if you need a hand with any accountants, financial advisors, obviously brokers are us, but if you need a buyer's agent like Eddie or someone like that to give you some guidance in those areas or help get things moving, feel free to reach out, either on our socials or give us a call, text, email. Be more than happy to help. So thanks again for your time. Hope that's helped and give a bit of an insight in terms of what we do, and hopefully my guidance can give you some inspiration moving forward. But also really have a look at Eddie's stuff. He's the guy that's really making waves right now, and he's got a lot of really good resources. So definitely have a look at Eddie's stuff, his course, his books, YouTube channel, all those type of things that can really help you get started with your property investing journey. Thanks again.